Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the PNSO Wilson the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now, last year I reviewed the PNSO Domingo the Carnotaurus figure, which I really liked. There are some minor things I would have done differently, but overall I think that Domingo was a great figure, and this figure came out before Domingo, and when I first saw it, it really piqued my interest, because one of my dream dinosaur figures is to just have a nice scientifically accurate T-Rex. Just a nice, chunky, lipped T-Rex. I love the Jurassic Park T-Rex. I'll say this, when it comes to Jurassic Park, I am the biggest T-Rex fanboy. But still, I really like, how the current depiction of Tyrannosaurus Rex is. My personal favorite being the blue rhino statue of Sue. So, yeah, figure, close to that, I really wanted, because that statue looks really nice. So, to own it in figure form, I think would be incredible. So when I saw this figure, I thought, wow, it looks great. So I decided to wait a little bit, and after experiencing Domingo, and I waited after that, and waited, and waited, and then I finally said, hey, you know what? Let's pick up Wilson. So, yeah, here we are. It's funny, someone in the comment section of that review said that, oh, this is your first PNSO figure? It's not going to be your last. Yeah. They're kind of right. I was expecting just to get Domingo, but I don't know. This figure was just eyeing me. But either way, I'm not complaining. This is still a really nice figure. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. So let's just get right into this. First, we'll take a look at the painting on this figure, and the painting here is pretty much perfect. It's great. I don't know what else to say. So let's just take a closer look. So going to the head here, we can see that at the end of the snout here, we have this nice blackish color, which looks nice. And that continues all the way, above the jawline here. And around the eyes there, which looks nice. The teeth here are painted a very nice shade of white. And I think the teeth look okay. It looks like some teeth are bleeding into each other, but they are very small, so it's understandable. And of course, the inside of the mouth is this pinkish color with little red highlights, which I really like. But anyway, the eyes here are painted yellow with black pupils. For having incredibly small eyes, they painted the eyes very well, so I like that a lot. Going to the body here, we can see most of the body here is this nice brownish color. Towards the chest here, we have more of this brighter shade of brown, which looks nice, and that continues to the underside of the figure, so I like that. Of course, on the the back, that's not a word, brack, we have these darker stripes going along the body, which looks really nice. The arms here are painted nicely. The fingernails are painted, they're painted a slightly different shade of brown, from what I can see. It's kind of hard, but yeah, they are painted, but it doesn't really look too different from the rest of the body. But anyway, the toenails here are also painted the same color. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the painting on this figure. The painting on this figure, honestly, it's perfect. The painting is fantastic. I wouldn't have it any other way. Very nice. It almost kind of reminds me of Rexy from Jurassic Park, so I think that's a really cool touch as well. But yeah, overall, the painting on this figure is fantastic. So the paint here definitely gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the articulation, and yeah, that's pretty much it. This is fine, I think, because this isn't, supposed to be a super articulated figure. This is more so just to be, a statue. So, I think the fact that they included articulation for the jaws, that's a nice touch. They really didn't have to do that, but they went ahead and did. So, yeah, I think that's really cool. So, for the kind of the figure this is, I'd say the articulation gets a pass. Now, we'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpting on this figure, for the most part, is pretty much perfect. I love the proportions here, I love the somewhat shorter legs, I love the chunkiness of the body, and overall, I think that this is a, very nice looking T-Rex, and for the most part, very accurate to how we think Tyrannosaurus looked as of now, as of me uploading this video. There are some minor things I would have done differently. First of all, the arms, I think they're a little too short here. I know T-Rex had short arms, but here I just think they're a little too short. If they were just a little longer, I think it would look nicer. On this side, it doesn't look too bad, but on the other side, I don't know. To me, that just looks way too short. But again, maybe that's just me. But yeah, bigger arms, not like monstrously gross, like huge, like human-sized arms, but a little bigger than how they are now. But yeah. Other than that, though, the only thing other than the arms I would have done, this is going to sound weird, but I would actually give this animal lips. Now, if you're not familiar with paleontology, it is assumed that T-Rex, much like a lot of other animals today, like lions and bears, they had skin that covered up their teeth to protect the teeth from drying out. Some people say otherwise, but I'll be honest, I think they're kind of crazy. I fully believe that T-Rex had skin to cover their teeth. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Jurassic Park, and even the Jurassic World movies, I like Jurassic World, and Fallen Kingdom isn't as bad as people make it out to be. And I love Rexy. When it comes to the Jurassic Park franchise, I am the biggest T-Rex fanboy ever. So, for that design, I really like, I think it's cool how the teeth are sticking out, but like I said at the beginning of the video, I want, as accurate of a dinosaur, or as accurate of a T-Rex figure I can get. And aesthetically speaking, as far as, accurate looking T-Rexes go, I think, lips here would have really benefited this figure. I think it would have looked really nice, but I'm not opposed to the teeth here. With the PNSO Carnotaurus, you could see that, the teeth were very small, so you could almost say, oh, those are just lips, but here, the teeth, they're very big, you can definitely tell they're teeth, so you can't really say, oh, they're just lips. So, yeah. But other than that, though, I still think the sculpting here is fantastic. Other than the lips and arms, this is a pretty accurate depiction of T-Rex, so, yeah, I like that a lot. So, yeah, the sculpting on this figure, despite those two other minor issues I have, the sculpting here is pretty much perfect. So the sculpting on this figure, I'd say gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the detailing, and the detailing on this figure is absolutely phenomenal. Let's take a closer look. So going to the head here, we can see all of the scales in the face there are beautifully defined, very nicely detailed. And the inside of the mouth here, like the tongue there, and the membranes here, the detailing here is very nice. And throughout the body, we get these very nice, pebble-looking scales, which are detailed very nicely, very beautifully defined. Very nice, wrinkles in the skin, a lot of nice musculature and everything like that. Detailing is phenomenal. We have a lot of nice musculature in the arms here. And even the legs, they're very short, or not very short, but they're short considering, what we think, compared to the Jurassic Park T-Rex, they're short, is what I'm trying to say. But again, we can see a lot of very nice musculature here, and even the feet here have a lot of really nice scaling and whatnot. Going to the tail here, again, we just have a lot more great, creases and wrinkles, and the musculature here is great. Not to mention all of the really nice little bits of scaling here, which looks great. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the detailing. The detailing on this figure, it's pretty much perfect. It's great. Everything here is greatly defined, and overall, the detailing here is phenomenal. So the detailing here definitely gets a pass. Now we'll do some size comparisons. Here is the 2017 Safari Limited Feathered T-Rex. I think these two look really nice together. It just sort of shows an evolution between what we thought T-Rex looked like at one point versus how we think it looked like now. Which, don't get me wrong, I think the idea of a feathered T-Rex is really cool, and I still really like this figure, but when you really think about it, the idea of a feathered T-Rex really wouldn't make any sense. Some people say T-Rex had feathers like this, but I disagree. I don't think T-Rex had feathers like this, but that's just me. Here is my previous PNSO figure. Here is Domingo, the Carnotaurus. And I think these two scale up decently together. I think the Carno here should be a little smaller, but overall I think the scaling here works very nicely. Now, here is the Jurassic Park 25th Anniversary Chronicle Collectibles Tyrannosaurus Rex statue. And I think these two complement each other very well. They're roughly the same size, but I don't know, there's just something really interesting seeing just seeing Jurassic Park style dinosaurs next to more accurate looking dinosaurs. You know, I like both a lot, and yeah, I just think it's really cool to not really compare the two, but just to sort of like see the two next to each other. I just think it looks really cool. You hear that, Twitter? I like both. Yeah, I'm not choosing one or the other. I like both. I'm not just targeting one group, I'm targeting both groups, you bunch of losers. Did I mention Wilson comes with a stand? And of course, here we have some hand sanitizer. Dr. Billy Grant. Oh, there we go. And Sonic the Hedgehog. So at the end of the day, should you get this guy? Honestly, I'd say yes. I mean, sure, he's a little more on the expensive side. I had to pay a little under $70 for him, but overall, I am not too upset by that because this is a fantastic figure. Just very high quality product here. The painting here is great, the detailing great, and even the sculpting. Like I said in the video, some minor things I would have done differently, but overall, I think the sculpting on this guy is fantastic. And not only do I recommend checking this guy out, but I'd also recommend checking out PNSO's other lineup of figures because from what I've seen, the rest of their dinosaur figures look incredible. So, yeah, definitely look into PNSO if you can. Now, as far as like I said at the beginning of this video, one of my dream dinosaur figures is to have a as scientifically accurate as possible T-Rex figure. And the reason why I want one of T-Rex is because when people think of dinosaurs, they think of T-Rex. T-Rex. Not only is it one of the most famous dinosaurs ever, but it is also one of the most famous animals ever, period. So, yeah. And I just kind of want, because, to keep outside of Jurassic Park. I love Jurassic Park, but I also have a shelf of, more like dinosaurs on the more accurate side. So I think a very accurate looking T-Rex figure would look really nice. And I think this figure does a really nice job. I mean, yeah, it would have been nice if this guy had lips, and sure, I would have made the arms a little longer, but overall, I think that this figure does a great job of representing, a very accurate T-Rex as of me recording this video. And I think it's probably the most accurate T-Rex we're going to get until another company decides to... Ooh. Well, all I have to say is wait for that guy's review. So, yeah. Anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zack out.